Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Friday night's messages of love from above. Good to see everybody. Hope you had a great day or a great night wherever you're at in the world. And I'm just getting my desktop all set up here. And I don't know what's in the air. I just feel goofy today. I was like laughing hysterically before I started. So buckle up, buttercups. We're going to have some fun. So, if you're new to my channel or new to my readings, welcome. First of all, we got a great group of people, great senses of humor, luckily, and huge hearts too. So, welcome to the tribe. And if you're wanting to know how the readings work, all that information's in the description box of the video. But it's first come, first serve for the free readings and any donations that are made. I do honor that as an energy exchange. I step out of the free readings and complete those, and I dive deeper into those readings too. And then when I'm done, I return back to the free readings and I try to go down um, through as many free readings as I can. I think that's everything. I did want to let everyone know I did have an announcement today that I rolled out past life readings. Here's a link to the video to tell you what those are about, or if you are wanting to book a reading, there's a link there too. They're all going to be 50% off until the end of this year. So for the next 31 days, you can get them at half off. So I want to make sure you guys were aware of that. And I think that's it. So I do have a couple of donations. So we will start with those. So, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love since it lets me. And you like a general reading? Absolutely. And I'm going to be using the Arcanus Animal Tarot for the donation readings. And then I'm going to use the Syrian Star Seed for the free readings. And I'm going to be probably just pulling one card each for the free readings this evening. And we're going to see what comes through in one card. Going to experiment on you. What are we going to do? That's what we're going to do. All right. So we've got this energy here underneath the surface here, in which you've got this Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is the knight on fire. There is this quest for stepping into your power, the quest for the Ace of Wands, to understand what it is your power. Where are you focusing your energy? How are you using this manifestation energy? And there's this understanding that's coming through too for you as well, that you are not, well, you're a co-creator with the creator, but you're not in the passenger seat. You're in the driver's seat. And the creator's there to navigate, help you navigate and tell you, hey, there's this, there's that, there's this, and we ask them questions and they guide us to those things. But we ask questions through our energy. It's like we were pointing at something, and if I hate something, I'm like, oh, I hate that. They're going, oh, you want to know how to get over there? Well, you take a left, and two lefts. And it's like, no, 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 I hate that. Well, point out what you love, and I'll guide you toward that instead. And so I like that energy coming in here. Underneath, that's what's below the surface. Yeah. And you got the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself. So if we can get that to focus. Come on, come on. And it is coming into focus for you. Maybe not in this video, but that's what's happening. Maybe if I put another card next to it, it'll come in clear. But there she goes, a little better. But it is about new birth, about things unfolding in the outside world, and this solid foundation. But birthing of new things is definitely what's coming in here. And I like this with this underlying energy that you have with the Knight of Wands. It definitely tells you that you are ready to do that. You're ready to do this. And so I like that. So let's see what else they have here for you. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you definitely are kind of stepping into control here, because you've got, let me just do it this way so they all can appear. So you got the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands is like this evaluation of where you're investing your energy. And with that Knight of Wands, it's showing like, what have I been focusing energy on? What have I been doing? Where's it been going? And is that where I want all my energy to go? Again, am I pointing at things that I don't want? And it's a readjustment. The 10 is endings and beginnings. And you are doing this here. And with the Emperor card coming in here, this is more fire energy. So you've got 10 of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Emperor. The Emperor being Aries energy, where, the Emperor is given a lot of opinion, a lot of advice from people. And, it's good because sometimes there is some advice that we're looking for. But 99% of the time, we're getting, what do they call it? When you're not asking for the advice, it's unsolicited advice. And it's nice. It's like, thank you, everybody. Appreciate you caring so much about my life. But now I'm ready to make decisions for myself. And that's what the Emperor does. They look at where they're investing all their energy. They, with all of this self care and this nurturing of yourself, determining what it is it that you want, not what everyone else wants. And you have this beautiful uh, prioritization of your goals, of what makes your heart sing as you move forward here. You have the King of Cups, balancing heart and mind, coming in here with all of this too, which tells me that the mind has been taking us off, and the mind is what was telling you about you know, here's these 10 areas that you need to invest your energy in. And it's like, no, thank you. That's not for me anymore. Why was I investing so much energy? Oh, everyone was telling me this is what I should do, and this is what I'm supposed to do and need to do and have to do. And I don't want to disappoint. So I've been investing a lot of energy, but you're like, but that's not making me happy. It's not making me sing. In fact, it's making me exhausted. So I'd like this for you. It's just, there's this finding of your power and stepping into your power and stepping forward with your power and putting form around what you're wanting and where you're wanting to go, taking action toward those things. So I like this for you, but it's get out of the head and into your heart, because the head will tell you all of this stuff, um, about those things, right? It'll tell you all of this, I don't know, just like I said, a bunch of opinion, a bunch of advice that you're just like, okay, well, that's just kind of your point of view, but that doesn't mean that's mine. And I like that for you. So that is what they have for you, A. So many blessings to you. Again, thank you so much for your donation. And then Luna Ray, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love there. And back again to see if there are any changes. I love it. So you said your question is, you wanted to know if Terry is now single physically from a romantic connection with Shakure that he was in. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what spirit will allow us to dabble into here and what kind of information that they'll give us here. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Just getting nosy first here. Okay. So we've got the moon card first, which is, of course, the emotional card. Let me just put these two up. Seems to have trouble focusing today. So we got the moon card, which is all about the unknown, the hidden emotions bubbling to the surface, but also phases. And that's what was really standing out to me, is when we're wanting to know, are they single? Well, they're going through their phase. Oh, wow. Yeah. And, we've got the judgment card here, which is double endings and double new beginnings. And when I look at the combination of those together, it's like, um, that you're asking right now, they're like, okay, they're in the off again phase, but I feel like it's an on again, off again, on again, off again. It's like it's almost like their friends will go, "So are you guys together today or are you not today?" You know, I just feel like it's been so back and forth with that double endings, double new beginnings. It's like, here we go again. How many times does it end and reboot? Well, just follow the phases of the moon. When it's full, they're together, and when it's a new moon, it's dark, right? And it's empty. And then it starts growing again, and then it goes away. And, this does show here, this emotional confusion eventually does work its way where they leave behind the emotions that are no longer serving them. But, it's like there's the 7 of cups, that emotional confusion, and it's like they're hesitant in going to the next step. It's like they step here, but they're like, "No, no, 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 no." It's like, it's very much cat energy. This is hilarious that they're presenting it this way. If you're a cat owner, or if you're not a cat owner, I'll tell you, when you have cats and they want to go outside and you open it up and they go outside and you close the door, and then they're all meow meow until you have cat doors, or dog doors. You open it up and you let them out and you close the door, and then they're outside and they're like meow meow. They went inside. You open it up, they come back inside and you close it, and then they meow and they want back out. And you're like, will you make up your mind? And this is the energy that's coming in with these cats and these emotions. So it's not officially, I don't, officially. It's like, it's officially over temporarily. It's temporarily officially over, but this back and forth is here, and, they just have this strong connection. They also have had past lifetimes together, and that's why they're having trouble getting away from each other, because here's the 6, they got the 6, the 7, the 8 of cups, and this is what is holding them back together, because they got some past lives together, where, um, there's the working out of things, the seeing things from different perspectives here. I do see that it will end in this lifetime, because we've got the Empress, which is new birth, new beginnings, Ace of Swords, new ideas, new communication, seeing things from a different perspective. But, so this is telling me that it will eventually do that, but the 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. But it's like 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6. It's like it's just there's this in music, a warm up that goes 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. It just feels like, oh my gosh, when is this going to end? And this is the energy they're giving to me and showing me this in their head here. So, anything on timing, we'd love to hear. Let's see. I feel like we're going to this crow deck over here. This let's see what they have to say here with this Urban Crow Oracle. Because we don't want to take the windy road. We want to go as the crow flies, right? Let's get to the end. Let's do it. Come on. But it will be perfect, of course. It has to, you know, um, work its way, through things. All right, here we go. Influence. Card 25. Let's see what message comes with this here. Like impressionable teenagers, crows pick up on our habits, even the bad ones. Crows have been known to get drunk as well as smoke. Are you letting someone influence your behavior? There is a loss of control when influence is at play. A more dominant personality may make you feel inclined to engage in a risky behavior you would otherwise avoid. On the flip side, you might find someone strong and healthy to be inspirational, and because of their influence, you too feel motivated to make positive changes. Influence brings to your awareness the decisions that you may not have made if it weren't for an outside force leading the way. Like a Pied Piper leading the way with intoxicating music, you may be caught in another spell. A situation, whether it be current, from the past, or in the near future, may be the result of someone's charm or talent at swaying people. When this influence card appears, consider taking a moment to examine if you've been swayed into making a decision that you might not have made if the situation were different. For example, a salesperson may influence your decision to buy something you can't afford if they know the right way to manipulate you. Wow. So there is this influence, and I I don't necessarily, unless that resonates, um, feel that's between you and them. I feel like this is more like the influence that they have on each other. Um, one is a negative influence, one is a positive influence. And because of that, that's part of the anchor that keeps them, together, because it's enough at odds of opposites that it feels good for the influencer to be influencing, but there's also the bad influence of maybe some sort of habit, some sort of um, thing they wouldn't have normally done, but now they're kind of addicted to it. I don't feel like it's like drugs or anything. I feel like it's more something to do with sensuality and some things, but that I can't talk about on YouTube. But I feel like that's kind of what had taken them in those directions, if that makes sense. Absolutely. I love to get nosy. So that's what they have for now. And they didn't give us timing. Well, it was card 25. Is that going to be 2025? No. But yeah, have to trust the timing, right? Right. But that's what they have right now for you. So yeah. No. Hell no. But if it's what needs to happen for them to let a lot of stuff go, then it's worth the wait. It's better than to have it's like taking bread out of the oven too early and you just bite into it and it's gross and doughy and not finished. You're like, "You know what? Finish. Put it back in there." So so hang in there. Hang in there. I also want to give you a "You Are Awesome" card. Right? Right? I hear that. Not made of gold, you know? Look at this. I love these cards. These are the "You Are Awesome" cards. That they're hilarious and fun. I am my new true fierce self, defined by my actions of joy and kindness. Definitely not my history. I like it. A unicorn. Is that a whatever kind of dinosaur that is? I love it. So that's what they have for you, Luna. So many blessings to you. Appreciate that. All right. In Dune, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. You're welcome. Pew! So, Dune, your next week. What does Spirit want you to know about your next week? Let's take a look here. All right. All right. So, there's some action that you can be taking here with the Queen of Wands. You have an opportunity for some fortunate things to happen here. It can be money. With the Queen of Wands, it is about owning your energy, where you're investing it. So this is telling me there is a possibility for it, but it has to do with where you're focusing your energy, and where the majority of the time you're focusing your energy is what's going to grow and what's going to expand, right? Ah, so maybe there's going to be this little recovery that's happening, coming in here. And we've got this with the Queen of Wands too. They're very connected to spirit, and trusting your gut and trusting your instinct. Connecting with spirit is a very important thing to do with the next week as well. And, this Wheel of Fortune shows next week feels very fortunate because it's the tune of for you. And so, it's really important with that Queen of Wands what we focus on. If we focus on our loss, we tell the universe, right? I enjoy loss. Can I have more of that, please? And you're like, hell no, I don't want that. It's like the little kid that goes into a donut shop, whatever they point at in that glass window is what the baker gives them more of. And so if we're focusing on, look at this loss, this loss, this loss, I lost, I lost, I lost. They're like, oh, you want a dozen of losses. Here you go. Here's a whole box of it. You're like, no, I want, I want gratitude. I want abundance. I want this. It's, the more we focus on the gratitude for what we have. And I know it's difficult especially when we've been taught all our lives to focus on what's happening that's not in alignment with what we want. But when we focus on what is, then we get more of it to come in. So if we're grateful for the stocks that are making money, we're grateful for our job, we're grateful. What am I grateful for in these different areas of my life? It brings in this change of energy, and the wheel of fortune spins and changes and brings in things that are different for us. And it does say for next week, if you do um, pay attention to the energy that you're putting out and focusing on, because like attracts like, that there is an opportunity here where your human side will be like seeing how everything is unfolding for them, and being in tune with that. So there is great possibilities here coming in there. Let me gonna pull a "You Are Awesome" card here for you too. Just a little bit of encouragement. We can always use that. So let's take a look here. All right. These cards are just hilarious. uh, I love because sense of humor. This is what we need here. Let's see. There it goes. It says, hips don't lie. Keep stretchy. Stay awesome. So be flexible. Go with the flow. Bend like a reed in the wind, right? I love that. So stay awesome and move forward with that. So I like it. So that is what they have for you, Dune. So hang in there and just try to be aware of where you're investing your energy in each moment, because that's what we draw towards us, right? It's like if you have two long ropes and there's things at the end of it. If I spend all my time pulling on this rope, or majority of the time pulling on this rope, this thing comes to me faster than this thing that I'm pulling on once a day versus pulling on this rope 10, 15, 20, 30 times a day, right? So it's like, one of the things that helps with abundance and manifestation, we talked about the book too, Tapping into Wealth, will help clear away these beliefs of, which I have the book right here because we're reading this in our praying mantis sessions, Tapping into Wealth by Margaret Lynch. It's very important for us to, because if we do all this work and all this energy and do all this stuff, but we have these beliefs, these limiting beliefs, and these that are stored down there that are controlling subconsciously our environment, we're going to experience the opposite of what we're wanting, right? And so it's important to look at that. But I was going to say, another thing that I do when I want to learn something new is this beautiful tool that you can talk on too and receive messages on. You can set an alarm, a silent vibrating alarm every half hour saying gratitude. Then, how many waking hours are you awake for half hours? You're like, that's right. I'm so grateful for this. Sincerely grateful for this. Sincerely grateful for that. That draws in more things to be grateful for. So hopefully that helps, Dune. Hang in there. I know this is a fun ride that we're all on. So and for people who are asking, I've only been on the donation reading, so I haven't even started the free readings yet. So if you um, are waiting for a free reading, I haven't started those yet. All right. All right. So thank you so much, Dune, and hang in there. And then Barb, hello, hello. Let me give your donation some love here. So thank you for your donation. And you want to know what will 2024 be like? Woohoo! Work, love, health, or whatever the cards say. All right, let's take a look here and see. 20, I can't believe 2024. It doesn't sound like it's the future anymore. It almost feels like it's 2024 right now, right? I've been working on stuff for 2024, so I feel like, wait, is it 2023, 2024, 2025? I don't know. All right, but let's take a look here. We will look into 2024. What do they want you to know? So we've got work, love, and health. One card for each. And then whatever else they want you to know about 2024 right now. All right. Well, okay. I like the bottom of the deck. The energy that's coming in is the Ace of Pentacles. So the overall energy that's kind of the underline is new opportunities, looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world a different way. And when I asked for anything else they wanted you to know about 2024, you got the 10 of Pentacles. So this is below under the bottom of the deck, and this was on the top. So definitely an abundant, filling, fulfilling 2024. 2024 is going to be like a year that's for you. So I like this. And let's see here. So let's look at, so that would be your wealth, right? Work, love, health, and wealth. Well, they gave you wealth. And they're saying, yeah, you're going to feel this abundance coming in. So let's look at work. All right. So there's going to be some movement happening in your work here with the chariot card here. The chariot card is movement, it is victory, but there also it comes with the energy of the power of choice. And so you're going to have some choices regarding work. And, there's choices that are made out of fear, and there's choices that are made out of unconditional love. And the choices that we make, there's neither right neither wrong. They just bring us different things, right? And so I really feel like what will be the most beneficial for you in work is to make choices that are of joy and happiness, make your heart sing, and not out of fear. Well, I better do this or it's going to be bad. It's like, oh, I want to do this. So it's like the difference between what's the difference between choosing something out of excitement and that's something you want to do and choosing something because it's what you think everyone would want you to do and you're afraid what people will think if you don't choose. And I like this energy because it really feels empowering. You know that you're the one that gets to choose the stories you put with everything with your mind, the emotions you choose with your heart, what energy you put forward, and what physical action you take. So I like this. It's like you are taking the reins of the chariot and you're uh, learning to follow your heart rather than the mind. So I like that for you regarding work. And then you wanted to know love. Oh, well, love is on, it's slowly unfolding. Temperance is the going back and the forth and the back and the forth and the back and the forth. It is alchemy, it's taking time. There are two cups, which represents relationship, which is good, but it's slow coming. And that's okay. I mean, you've got two major arcana so far, one representing your work, one representing love, which means that there is significant changes in these for you. But at the end, it's like Temperance says, at the end of the process is gold. So it's worth waiting to get to the end of that. Like I just remember what Luna said, you know, he's worth it, but he's not made of gold. Well, this person might be made of gold. Maybe that's where this abundance comes in too. But it's worth, sorry for my squeaky chair here. It's definitely worth the process, the alchemy going back and forth regarding relationships. So I feel like 2024, you will have a relationship that sprouts, but it's not like you know how there's some plants that just grow like crazy and you're like, oh my gosh, and there's others that take a long time and you're like, is it even growing? And that's going to be what it's going to feel like towards beginning, middle, like the first, second, third quarter of the year, I feel will be feeling like this relationship is moving at snail speed. But the end of the year is when it starts turning to gold and things start to that's the whole thing with the alchemy is suddenly going back and forth. You're like, well, it's slowly turning to gold, and suddenly it's poof, and it's like, oh, it's turned to gold. That's how it works. So that's what's coming in for love for you, Barb. And then health. Here, ooh, page of wands. So I like the page of wands. This is you getting this new kind of spark of energy, and I like that. So it feels very positive, beautiful. There's flow of energy, there's flow of body and blood, and this it's a good energy to have. You feel energetic, you feel inspired, and I feel like that the choices that you're making, all this that's happening and unfolding, just makes it easy for you to choose to treat your body in a loving way. And I like this for you because I feel like this is the year where you are choosing for you and not, trying to please everyone else. You're following your heart when you're making all these choices, not trying to live up to everyone else's supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and must, blah, 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 right? So I like these for you. And then I do want to pull here. Let's see, put these cards back in. Almost. And then I do want to pull a You Are Awesome card here for you as well. So, what else? What's your card for 2024? All right. I love these cards. So if I can get it to focus in here. It says, not a unicorn, because it's like a uni whale. And it says, you are unique, special, and for sure real. I love it. And I feel like that is something that you are known for, is for being real. And you might even get that compliment from people. You're one of the most real people I've ever known. I feel like you don't play games, you don't beat around the bush, you don't play, like I said, you don't play games and put on masks. You're just like, this is who I am. If you don't like it, tough. Um, but you're not even that crass about it. You're just like, hey, I'm me. So what can I help you with? You just don't worry about it. And I like this. I like that you're focusing in on the unique, special you in 2024. So I like that. That's what they have for you, Barb. So thank you so much for your donation. And what a great 2024. All righty. So I think that is all of my donations for right now. So I'm going to scroll to the top here. And like I said, I'm going to experiment on all of you. I've got the Syrian Starseed Tarot. They're huge. They're almost as big as my head. And I'm like 6'4" big guy. So these are huge even for me. Um, but we're going to pull one card and then just channel what the rest of the message that Spirit has for you here. So you want to know what's coming next for you in love, Divine Feminine Chronicles. And we have the 9, the Hermit card. What's funny is that I was shuffling these cards before I hit the go live button, saw your question, and this card came out. And I was like, oh, the Hermit card. Well, we'll see if that comes out again. And I put it in the middle of the deck. Here it came out for you again. So what's coming next for you in love is more, sorry for the glare there. It's kind of weird, but it definitely is this spending some time alone with Spirit. Is guiding you, looking in and connecting to the higher realms, which will allow you, to have the guidance, to have the direction for your life and where Spirit wants to bring to you. It's like there's this important time for you to raise your love vibration more and more and more, because you are tired, sick and tired, right, of doing what you've always did and getting what you've always gotten. You're just like, why am I constantly faced with all this disappointment, right? And, the mirrors are there to show us what we want to see about ourselves. And now there's this reflection time to look back, even journaling about all your past relationships and interactions, even the ones that pooped out, they fizzled out in the beginning. Um, all of that's important because you start learning about what did I see in them, and how did I recognize that? How does that resonate with me about me? And then you're like, oh, okay. It's not going to be the exact, things like, oh, they betray me. Oh, I didn't never betray them. It's like, oh, how did I betray myself? Oh, by looking for my worth in them instead of inside myself. It's that type of reflection that's coming in here. And so it's this pausing period. And the more that we, focus in on raising our love vibration, the more that this moves forward, right? The it speeds up things, it draws things to us, and it brings in the higher vibrational things. So I feel like that is what they want you to know right now, Divine Feminine Chronicles. So hang in there. You're very welcome, Barb. All right. So that is what they have. And Felicia, hello, hello. And thank you, Felicia and Jean, for mentioning here. Thank you guys so much about the thumbs up because I always forget to tell everyone. And so this is a great reminder that, you can be part of the Love Tsunami by hitting the like button because it helps spread the Zen love. The YouTube algorithm loves the likes, and it's like, oh, you know what? People like this, so other people will like it too. Let's spread the word. And so that ignites my videos being made suggested videos on other people's big screens, right? And so it's something that everyone can do for free. For those of you that have done that, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right. So Felicia, you were wondering what's going to happen for you in December. Let's take a look here. Well, you have the chariot here. So you definitely have movement and choices to be made in December, right? And every choice, every moment is a choice of choosing our story we're putting to whatever's happening in the moment, what emotion we want to feel in the moment, what energy we're putting forward, well, our intentions, our attractive energy, and then also our physical actions. And all of that is either going to be of lower vibrational energy and fear and what we miss, what we hate, what we fear will come in or out, or of unconditional love and gratitude and joy and all of that. And so this is a month of really focusing in on this power that you have, and that you're not at the whim of what comes tomorrow or the day after or the day after or in an hour from now. We're taught a whole bunch of supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts about what all these things are supposed to mean and how we're supposed to feel and invest our energy and the actions we're supposed to take. And that's when we feel like a puppet, where, well, how I'm going to think and feel and act and energize depends on what's coming next. And it's like, that's what we're taught, but it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a habit we're taught. We do it out of fear because we don't want to get rejected. We make it our own habit. And then we feel out of control. We feel like a puppet with strings where we're just, the outside things that are happening are controlling all of our experience. But this power that comes in for you in December is you realizing I get to choose what anything means in each moment. I can go against the grain of what I've been brainwashed that this is what it means. No, it doesn't have to mean that. Well, this is how you're supposed to feel. Well, I don't have to feel that. Well, this is what you're supposed to do with your energy. Nope, I don't have to. Well, this is what actions you should take. Nope, I don't need to do that. This is what I want to do. And I feel like there's this, like I said, great empowerment. And the more you take back your power and your energy, and that the more things flow in your life, and you're choosing a different way, you're choosing a higher way, a place that's more rooted in the higher vibration, and that's what takes you to places there. So there's no right or no wrong. They just bring us different experiences. So we don't beat ourselves up if we choose a lower vibrational energy. It's what we came here for, right? We always talk about this giant tapestry. We're giant beings of light, but if we don't experience the darkness, we don't see this beautiful design in the middle. And so that's important. So that's what they have for you, Felicia. So many blessings to you. All right, very good. Perfect, perfect. All right. And then Gene XO, you are up next. I'm just going to take a sip here. All right. So you want to ask what Virgo's feelings and intentions are towards you. He deleted his social media that you message on Sunday, and he's been acting super weird. And see the bottom of the deck as well, sure. So, yeah, we do have the 5 of crystals, the 5 of pentacles, and the bottom of the deck is the ace of crystals, the ace of pentacles. So, new the underlying energy underneath is about, you know, just new opportunities, looking at our worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And, they've got this, the 5 of crystals, the 5 of pentacles. There's this, it's the card of feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold, left behind, lack, 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 right? And with that ace of pentacles under the bottom, that's, you know, uh, ruling subconsciously, they're looking to try to find their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And it's definitely with the 5 of Pentacles, it's because they did experience abandonment when they were younger. And they've got this whole slew of stuff that below the surface regarding their self worth that, you know, I don't know if we've talked about this person before, but it just feels so much abandonment, so much uh rejection, so much out of balance. It's like the oh, he that there's just so much uh unworthiness that's there. He said he was on until 3 a.m. He was too old to be doing that. I don't understand where his head is at. And I'm wondering, yeah, where your connection is going. Yeah. Yeah. And it definitely feels here because when you take the 5 of pentacles and add the 1, the 6 of pentacles, it's this attempt to balance their out of balance, feelings of unworthiness. And until that's taken care of, these feelings of lack, their little inner child. I talk about the 6 of pentacles in one of my Take 10 with Zen videos. It's episode 5, I believe, and it's a series that's free on my main page. But it's because of this out of balanceness. They when they were younger, they felt they had to give 1,000 love coins to get one back, right? And um, and they, whether it was mom or dad or grandparents, whoever it was, they cared about them very much, and they wanted so much love from them, so they gave all this. They got this, and they didn't know, and none of us know as children. Well, that seems like a fair trade to me, and it falls below the surface, and then that is what rules our world until we bring it into our consciousness and transform it. That's what's bubbling below the surface. There's like this, I need to be that ace needs to be added to the 5 to add to 6 so we can balance this. And this is what is happening here. And until that happens, the little inner child within him says, it's keeping track. You need 1,000 love coins before you can receive love. Nope, nope. It pushes it all away. It keeps it away, and it keeps things away, right? You haven't spoken in some time. He's going through divorce. Yeah, yeah. And that makes sense with this, because what happens when these forest fields are up is yeah, if it's not, you know, um, if these forest fields are down, then love can come in. But when the forest fields are up, if any love makes it in, it gets repelled out, goes back in, or it gets repelled out because the little inner child is going. It's like sticking those gross pea baby food into a baby's mouth, and they're all "Bleh," it spits it back out. The little child goes, "No, you can't have this." And so I definitely feel like they've got a lot of this work to do, and there's this stuff underneath. So quite honestly, Gene, I would just count it as experience, and that it didn't happen by accident, that they're showing you what you want to see about yourself too, and what you can release. We all have emotions that no longer serve us. Lower vibrational emotions, lower vibrational thoughts and beliefs that we can that help us raise our vibration, and then we will draw in people at a higher vibration than people that are at a lower vibration. So I kind of feel, not kinda, I don't want to say kinda, I try to make it kinder by adding kinda, but why beat around the bush, right? He's out. Just let him, because where you're moving towards is so much better for you. And I know they're adorable, they're cute, but they gotta go. Yeah, and this is what I was thinking. With the 7 of orbs, I just draw this in the middle of the deck. There's as we dump things overboard that don't serve us anymore, our hot air balloon, it rises in, and that's where we meet people of higher vibrational, as we cut out these things that don't serve us anymore. So he had his chance. He doesn't know a good thing when he sees it. So you want to be with intelligent people. But a bone, that was unkind. But it was funny. That's what's important. All right, Gene, that's what they have for you. Absolutely. Much love to you. All right. And then Dijona Sturgis, hello, hello. And shout out to, I totally missed I don't know how I can miss this bright green on there. Shout out to one of my YouTube members, Dijona. Thank you so much for being a member. And it helps fund the free readings. So thank you. And for everyone else that gives donations. And so you wanted a general reading. That's what we have here. You got the Five of Flames. And the Five of Flames, the Five of Wands, is a transformation of energy. And I like this for you because it is this movement of things, whatever this conflict that keeps coming up. First of all, know that you're not going in circles. And that's important for you to know. You're on a spiral staircase. So that it feels like you're at the same spot, it's just because it feels familiar. Excuse me, because it's like when you're looking at, like, you're walking up a spiral staircase in a glass building, and you can see the scenery outside. The scenery looks the same. Like, that tree looks familiar, but it's a floor higher. And then, you continue going, that tree looks familiar. It looks familiar. Well, sooner or later, you get up to where you're like, oh, look, there's leaves. But because we're with ourselves 24 hours a day, we don't realize the change because we are seeing the slow change with it. But I like this message for you, that whatever this conflict is, it's becoming less and less conflicting, and you're going to see resolution to it, and steps are being taken, things are moving, things are transforming, things are elevating in a positive way. But you just, because you're with yourself all the time, you don't see it. Maybe even just take a big deep breath, step back and go, turn around and look down and go, oh wow, we're on the 10th floor. I thought I was still on the first floor. You're like, wow, I have come a long way. And so when you look back at a situation or whatever this conflicting energy is around, you're like, oh, okay, I see it now. It's very clear. So that's what they want for you right now, Dajona. So many blessings to you. Thanks, Barb. Thank you for having a great sense of humor, Barb. And I'm in a giddy mood today. And I didn't have my coffee maker broke this morning. I know. How did I survive? But it actually is calming for me. But I've been hyper all day. Maybe I shouldn't drink coffee and enjoy the hyperness and just drink it before I go to bed. All right. So, Die Baby 777, you are up next and you'd like a general reading. So, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? Wow, you get the Eight of Flames, the Eight of Wands, great amount of energy that's coming in and around you into your life. There's just this wonderful movement of communication and energy and very positive, a wonderful flow that's beginning to happen in your life. And the Eight of Wands, Eight of Flames does have to say that Spirit wants you to know that they're giving you tons of messages all over the place. It'll be in the physical world, so you'll see like, license plates and bumper stickers and road signs and hear music on the radio or music overhear people's conversations and you're like, wow, you're getting these clear messages that are really standing out to you. Then you'll get these ideas and messages that just drop into your head. You'll get these emotional messages that will just swoosh through into your, through your body and your being as well. So, they're saying just try to take a deep breath and try to have your vibration as high as you can during this time because they are bringing you a ton of important messages and they speak at a frequency of unconditional love and joy and gratitude. And so the more we're closer to that, the clearer we can hear. When we're down in lower vibrational energies of fear, it's very loud and it's like, whoa. And so we definitely have this, energy of raising our vibration, listening intently, because they have messages for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Die Baby. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Dijona. All right. So, Brittany, you would like a love reading. So, what do we have here? All right. Well, oh no. Alchemy, temperance, patience. No. But it's a good card anyway, even if it's a patience, because the temperance card is alchemy. I love that they call it alchemy in this deck because it is the going back and forth between two cups, which is romance, which is important relationships and love. And it's like things are slowly transforming. It starts off as a base metal in one, and as it pours into the other cup, there's this magic that slowly changes it a little more towards gold. Then you pour it back and it changes a little bit more towards gold. And so there is this transformation. There is this love that is growing, that is headed towards you. I don't have this energy of that you've met the one yet. I feel like if there's anyone that you're I want to say messing with, and I don't mean that in a dirty way. I mean like, you know, it's just not really going anywhere. It just feels like, well, at least it keeps me busy, but there's like it's not sparking you, it's not encouraging you. You're just kind of like, well, you'll do for now until something better comes along. And they're the same way. It's like you both are just kind of like messing with each other. It's like you're playing badminton or something back and forth and back and forth. And you're like, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. But that's going to stop. That's going to, because I feel like you will have here, yeah, even between December 15th and January 15th is standing out for me that you have this opportunity to meet someone and it's like, wow. And then you meet him again in January, like so December 15th to January 15th. Like you meet him somewhere between December 15th. like the end of the year. You bump into them and you meet them at a party, or like maybe it's a Christmas party or holiday party or some sort of party. And you meet them, you're like, hey. And then you don't exchange numbers or anything, but you have some great conversations. And then you're like, wow, I wish I would have got their number or whatever. But in January, you bump into them again. And then this time you both are like, oh, well, I wanted to get your number. Like, oh, I wanted yours too. And then you start the slow getting to know each other. So that's the kind of thing that's unfolding. But things that are slowly made last longer than things that are quickly made. Things that are quickly made fall apart usually very fast too. So I like this slowness of this thing that will unfold. You're not going to move in with them in a month, they're razzing me. I used to move in fast because I didn't trust people. Wanted to be fully embedded in their life so I could see what they were doing. But this doesn't happen with this one. So that's what they have for you, Brittany. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. And then we've got Doll Face Diva. Hello, hello. So a general for next week. I'm just going to take another sip of my coffee here. All right. You got the karma card, judgment. The two X's at the top, double endings, double new beginnings. But this is great because this is your higher self calling you to this higher place. And I like this. It feels more like dharma than karma. Dharma is like life purpose. There is this transformation of how do I uniquely want to express my higher self into this world? How do I want to, what do I want to end? What do I want to begin? What else do I want to end? What else do I want to begin? And it gets close to, I mean, this comes right before the world card, which is ending of old cycles and beginning of new things. And this is the beginning. You're having this spark that's coming in where you're really looking at your life and going, what is, not working the way I want it to? What is not unfolding or being or existing where you feel like you're existing and you want to be living? And this is this whole birthing of things that's about to change. But you're at on the precipice of deciding what is bringing you fulfillment and what is not. And you're prepared. You're to this point where there's some things that out of fear, the fear outweighed the ugly feeling of existing. And so there was some things that weren't eligible to be on the chopping block. But I feel like over these last 3 months, they really has really gotten to the point where you're like, these are on the chopping block. I need to make space. I can't take it anymore. I'm pouring all this energy into a black hole and I'm ready to change, whether it's relationships, friendships, job, education, where you're living, what you're doing, who you're dating, whatever. You're like, I feel like you're ready for this overhaul, like new year, new me, boom. This is what's coming in here next week. They're like, you're having like this big epiphany where you're just like, all right, I'm making my list. Who's going to be on it and who's going to be off it, right? So I like this. It's very empowering. I love the empowering messages. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then I am Shalene. We'll be back to you in a moment. I do have a donation that came in. Thank you so much, Dune. Let me give that some love there. Thank you. Thank you. So we're gonna go here to the arcanus animal. Anyone to know? Do you see you moving to another country in the future? Let's take a look here. So in the future at all? Let's take a look here. All right. We start off with the Seven of Pentacles, which does show the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So it eventually you do. This is, but it's not like super fast that you do. So let's take a look here. What else they have here for you to know about this? Okay, we have this one. Okay, what else? All right. Yeah, you got the King of Pentacles, which makes sense here. Yeah, you're 24 to 25. So you've got this the King of Pentacles. I feel like you make the move when you make some money, when you feel secure here, because here's the King of Pentacles, right? They're the master over all of it there. You also have the Ace of Cups, and I feel like love is part of why you move and where you move. So I feel like there is this um say, what is it? A little, a little treat that's dangling you. They're like, "Here, come here." And because there's this new love, yeah, and because you have the Empress too. So there's new love and new birth and new things, and this is where uh, how that you do move here and you do go in this direction here. So you definitely um you have the abundance, and then you also have love, and the combination of the 2 makes you wanna be near them instead of being distant, and so you move to be with them in their country, wherever they are at. So, I love um, it's love and sensuality and new birth and abundance, and I like that. Let's see here if they give you any clarity on the job here. We have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is leaving behind some old ways of looking at occupation and job and moving into something that feels like wish fulfillment. So as you're moving away, you're moving to, I just feel like you have abundance and I don't feel like you're working. Yeah, the Tower, because there's this significant change. It moves things out of the way. Here it goes. Moves things out of the way to have you move forward. There is this movement. And I feel like the obstacles that were in the way, because weren't you like, don't you want to be a writer? They keep on bringing that back to my head. It's like you're not tied down. And because of this King of Pentacles, and this is at the time that you're moving. Um, okay, very good. I don't know how they they bring this stuff back. I do thousands of readings, so I love it when out of the blue they're just like boop boop pushing memories. I'm like a computer. But, I feel like with this abundance, you have the Empress and the King of Pentacles, which was all this abundance that comes in, allows you to find, to move and be able to move, and it's like you're financially independent with whatever that comes through, and it allows you just to move away from the old ways of thinking of, um, job, occupation. That's old ways of believing. It's like, I don't have a job. I don't have an occupation. I have a talent. I have an expression of who I am. And, if you want to say career, fine. I'll accept that, but it's not a job. It's not occupation. That's like you have to occupy an occupation. And but it's like I'm a dreamer and I'm living a dream. And I love this. So there is this but that is when you move is when this big when this comes in here. Let's see, is it next year? Let's see if they'll give me any. um 8 of Wands, so it could be next year because 8 of Wands is fast movement and a lot of energy. Oh, and it depends on our energy. So they're like, well, it can be, but it depends on where we are focusing our energy, you know whatever we focus on grows and expands. And so the more I'm grateful, the more I'm living um, in the now, and focusing on those things. That's what moves things faster, right? The more I raise my love vibration, the more I focus on unconditional love and laughter and joy. This expands and stuff floods in, and I'm cutting things out of my life. I'm simplifying things, and abundance comes in beautifully. But if we're focusing on, like we are talking about before with that Queen of Wands, um, w- um, it's it expands that instead, and that slows us down. It anchors us down, and things move very slowly. So I'm definitely timing is all about the energy. So I like that. Right, that's what they have for you, Dune. So thank you again so much for your donation. I love that for you. I know. Woohoo! All right. And then up next, we had I am Shailene. Hey, and you wanted a love reading. So let's take a look here. And you've got the death and rebirth card. So I like this here for you. There definitely is this significant transformation. If you think of it like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And with this death and this rebirth, there's a lot that happens with the burning down of the old phoenix, right? Like in if you watched Harry Potter and you saw how the wizard's phoenix, and he was in the room there when he was like he looked a little sickly, and all of a sudden he goes catches on fire and all these ashes fall down, and then a little this little baby phoenix rises from the ashes refreshed and new. Well, that's what happens, and this means that you're going through this period of challenging these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you have around what love should be, supposed to be, need to be, have to be, these lower vibrational emotions that you've had from the past regarding love, that they're weighing you down. They're um, diluting the love energy, because it's holding it all down. And we came here to experience it, but you're ready for something different. When you're ready for a higher vibrational love, that's when we transition. That's when we're like, okay, I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and doing what I've always done and getting what I've always gotten. I'm looking at all these mirrors of all these relationships that happened for me, not to me, for me on purpose, that I asked for. And so when I go, why did I want that to happen for me? What wisdom can I glean? What wisdom can I glean? And you journal it, you write it down, you get it onto paper, you see it, and then you release these things when you realize, oh, that's what I wanted to see. I know when I journaled about all my relationships, I was like, oh, I see how all of my relationships were these beautiful teachers showing me what I wanted to see about myself till I saw it. And if you wonder why you end up with the same person in someone else's body, it's because they're so wonderful in showing us until we see it. And it's for us because we are able to release ourselves from those cages when we do that. So that's what they have for you right now. I am Shalene, but definitely the more you release those things, the more you raise your love vibration, and the more that draws in things faster, and it brings you the freedom too. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. I am Shalene. All right. And so Bhumika, you'll be up next for our next free reading, but I do have a donation. Yeah, Brittany, I did probably about 15, 20-ish minutes ago. I did complete yours. Hey, it's moi. Let me give that donation some love there. Thank you so much for your donation. And so you've been exploring the virtual world lately. You started chatting with this guy online. You seemed to get attached quickly, but he was hesitating to exchange Skype and made up excuses. Oh, long story short, we stopped talking yesterday, and the pattern from your last relationship seemed to show through. He acted all dramatic when you acted the same. He got offended and said rude things. Ah, that bastard. Oops, sorry. Just want to know what's the truth. Okay, let's take a look here. I think I can say that on YouTube. Not at all. It helps to get it out too, right? So let me just shuffle these up and we'll see what is going on here. Yeah, I hear you. Let me take some sip here. All right. So we want to know just what's the truth of this interaction, right? What does spirit want you to know with I'm trying to think of a kind phrase for them. For the drama king. What do what does spirit want you to know about this drama king? All right. I'm in a giddy mood. I'm glad you guys get to put up with it. Okay, yeah. So here is a big piece of their life here. We've got the, 7 of swords and the 8 of swords here. Um, yeah, yeah, and this is but this is I feel like, the 7 of swords is, in the 8 of swords. Both of these, the mirrors that we get show us what we wanna see about ourselves and our emotions, like, our stories that we're putting on are ours, our emotions are ours, our energy, our actions are us. Theirs are them. But what I see when I look in them is about me. What they see in me when they look at me is about them, And so, but they, this backstory of what they're going through, they do have swords are their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets, their attitudes, all of their expectations. And the 7 of swords are these, they've been deceived before by others in their in their life and in all of that, and they've got this, this tells us that they are seeing their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and part of the reason is for that so they can see um, themselves, right, and how they deceive themselves. And the 8 of swords is they're seeing their thoughts and beliefs that have blinded him and bound him, made him feel trapped. And I feel like this is more the energy where you're at. This is what they're still caught up in. The world deceives me. They're pointing at everyone else. And ow, they're pointing at everyone else and hurting their hand when they do that. And there's this I don't know, it just feels like blame, 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 blame. It's everyone else's fault all the time. But uh when you gather enough mirrors, you realize there's something that is consistent in each of these situations, and it's me. And I feel like they're gonna get there. They just haven't got there yet. I love that you have this 8 of swords energy because you are becoming aware more and more. 8 is a big flowing number of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and feeling small. And so you have this, yeah, because here's your 8 of wands. You have this movement of energy that comes in here. And the duality that comes in here, because it feels like the 8 of wands for them is that they blow up fast, right? Which is what you had said, right? So the 8 of wands is like a frying pan, "Brah," or like, um, Inside Out? Is that the name of the movie? The Pixar, or it's the cartoon movie where it shows all the emotions inside a little girl, and one of them is anger, and then they'll just be standing there, and all of a sudden, they'll just, "Rah!" and fire shoots out of their head. That's what I saw when I saw this. Rah! And that's where they're at. They have these triggers. They go into a lot of fear very fast. Where with you, this 8 of wands shows that you are this movement of energy, and and I love this that you're not, whereas before you would stuff emotion down, right? You've really learned to feel your emotion inward, and you've really learned um, a lot about not not shooting it out and burning everyone. Yeah, we're not perfect. We still all have times where the fears get the catch us off guard, and then the trigger happens, and we're like, "Oh, I thought I was gonna." It's like when you go into your house and you disarm your alarm, and sometimes you're like putting down groceries and stuff, and you're like, "Oh no, I'm not going to get it into time," and we, and then you get the phone call from the security people, and you're like, code word is I did it again. Sorry. And they're like, "Oh, no problem, just making sure you're safe." um yeah. And so yeah, and like you said, you expressed emotion, and I love that for you, because that's a big piece of this. But they they are in that, um, just whoosh, that pops in, right? And let's see, these 2 cards came out together. Yeah, see, all this fire. So there was equal attraction here, definitely there, but there's the balancing that comes in here, and even though there's attraction, mutual attraction, energetic attraction between 2 people, if the balance isn't there, if the out of balanceness is enough there, where, like I said, you've been doing a lot of your inner work, and so you're at this place where it's like, well, I'm attracted, but then it's like, well, wait a minute. Um, I feel like I'm, you know, interacting with sometimes a 2-year old, and it's because you are at times when we go into fight or flight mode, intelligent, um, compassionate, loving side of us gets booted out, and that little 2-year-old with its hissy cat are in charge. And then you're like, wait a minute, like you go to a, it's like you go to a movie with someone, and you look over and there's a little kid and the cat, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought I was on a date with an adult. Well, this is what happens here, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly. And yeah, I can't imagine them being married, because with where they're at, they are in this phase of their life where they blame everyone else. They act childish because they go, that's what happens to all of us when we feel unsafe and out of control. We definitely go into this, you know, his hissing cat, and um, no one would be able to put up with it with where they're at right now because of that extremity. They fly off the handle. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords. So 9 Hermit's Journey, they're definitely by themselves. The 9 of Wands is the barriers and the blocks, and the 9 of Swords is great amount of it's insomnia, nightmares, a lot of fears. So, yeah, definitely, with all of this is just, showing that, there's a lot of a lot going on in there. Is a nice way to say it. And we all have it, we've all had some, we all start off with a way out of balance scale. And if we remember, let remember the days, remember where we came from, right? Because a lot of you guys here, of course, have done your a lot of shadow work, a lot of awareness. And so when we end up being drawn into a relationship, with others, interactions with others, you realize, yeah, I'm not quite attracted to what I was before. And you'll find it that, before, and I can totally relate to this, probably a lot of us on here can, is I used to, I loved the fixer uppers, the lost puppies, it's like, oh, you need help. And because we have this need to be needed, and we're like, who needs us the most? Then they will never leave us. And so the very attracted to people who were in a rough place in their life. So like someone like this, it would be like, eventually with self-awareness, I would say you must really have had a rough life. Why? Because I'm really attracted to you. And then later, once you transform yourself, then it starts repelling you where before, where, people that were, is, feeling this way, um, you know, and being drawn to it, then it's like, no, it's okay. um, it's like, that's all right. um, I'll send you love from a distance. I'll give you the number of a good therapist. But I'm excuse me, but I'm not gonna be it. So, So that's what's going on there. So hopefully that sheds some light on that. And, and this is good. I feel like this is well, you had said that you feel like it was showing you that you haven't been healed yet either, but I feel like it definitely is a mirror to show us a check-in of where I still have some things that I can, not that I have to or should or need to. There's no pressure. It's just like, oh, okay, it's showing me some things that I'm like, yeah, I'm really not into that anymore. So, okay. And what did I learn about myself through this? Oh, okay. Where was I blaming myself? Um, where is blame? Because where there's blame, that means there's judgment. And where there's judgment, that means there's some fear attached to it, right? And so we learn, we just like, oh, okay, thank you for that. It's a check in. It's like when we take a test. And I was reading a good book. Who was it? I think it was Louise Hay's Heal Your Life, um, where she was talking about how tests get a bad rap in our life because we're taught that testing tells us who we are. And she goes, no, no, no. If you look at testing as just a check in to see where our knowledge is at, then we just look at it as information, not as judgment or definition of ourselves. And so we're gentle with ourselves, right? It's moi, gentle with ourselves and go, all right, um, I'm learning and I'm look how far I've come and celebrate that. In fact, I do want to pull a "You Are Awesome" card here for you. Yeah, there's this wonderful freedom that comes through it all, and it feels so much nicer than beating ourselves up because spirit isn't. Wow. Oh my gosh. And how perfect this is. So I like this here. It says there are no rules. And it's funny because I feel like this is the a card that explains the deck a little bit, and it says there are no rules to using these cards, but I like that there are no rules. Here's some ideas, and they give you ideas on how you could use this deck, but enjoy the journey and the spread that awesomeness like butter on toast. So I like this that there are no rules. This is perfect that I left that in there. Didn't even know that was in there. But there are no rules, and there's the freedom that comes with that. Yeah, it is. It's like bread on butter. Just smooth it on and enjoy it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So beautiful, beautiful energy there. So many blessings to you. It's moi. And again, thank you so much for your donation and for your great sense of humor. You are very welcome. All right. Hey, love 1234. Thank you for your donation. I see that just came through here. Hope you're doing well. And let's grab these Arcanus Animal Tarot and let's see what we got going on here. And I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. I got my coffee here. Now that I went and got a coffee maker this afternoon because mine pooped out. So I'm having some nice, yummy coffee. I'm grateful for it. Even got a coffee maker on sale. Boom. I know, right? So, so you were told that oh, the artist is missing? Oh, wow. Wow. So, like, someone is actually missing? Oh, not really missing. Oh, okay. I was gonna go, "Whoa." This is, part of the medium that helps people out. Oh, okay. The artist. Okay, I get you now. Alright, so let's take a look here. What's going on here with this situation? And yeah, not that that would be too dark for you, right? Nor I, nor I. I have a grand, deep sense of humor. Right. So let's take a look here. See what we have happening here. All right. Oh my, holy moly. Okay. So you've got it starts off with the 5 of swords, which is all about communication, the king of swords, the 10 of swords, and the 4 of swords. So we definitely have a lot around communication. Sword suit is all about communication. And you're asking about, okay, well, what's going on with the communication? Well, there's obviously some breakdown in communication that's happening here. And the King of Swords, though, is the master of communication. The Ten of Swords is endings and beginnings of a new communication. And the Four of Swords is peace of mind and balanced communication. So, I feel like there is this flow that does open up and things are reestablished here. I feel like there's just been a breakdown at this place. Maybe someone is missing in action. Maybe someone is out on, leave or and of course holidays and all this kind of stuff too, but I feel like um it's almost like towards the end of the year the money runs out and people's motivation kind of drops off too with this energy. But I feel like they get a reigniting because like, oh, the first is coming soon. Here we go, because you do have the 9 of pentacles. When we asked about do we still see you getting the job around Capricorn season, the 9 of pentacles is about abundance and um the earth energy here of Capricorn coming in. So this is 9 of pentacles is one of those reward beneficial types of cards coming through here. So it still feels right in alignment here. And on the bottom of the deck, the energy is the King of Wands, which is like Emperor energy and stepping forward as well. And I, if you feel comfortable doing it with this King of Wands, I really feel like it's about stepping forward, initiating communication and action, and just, um, you know, checking in, on an update and just, hey, everybody, I just wanted to check in. Hadn't heard from you guys in a while, and I wanted to wish you a happy holiday and hope everything is going good. Um, and if there's any news on anything, yet, and just kind of let your personality do its work there, because I feel like initiating it helps go, oh, yeah, how you found out about them being missing, so that someone is missing. So is this not a company that you're working for? Because I feel like you're working for a company. It's not an individual, is it? Because the energy that I had felt with when we were having this stuff come through is that you're working as this music assistant job. Um, yeah, and it's like here it goes. This information. This is like this flowing together, and that there's multiple artists, right? Um, because it's a management company. Ah, oh, okay. But I feel like you're working for multiple people is what we had felt before. So so this was a particular one person that you were going to be doing, but I felt like you were going to be helping other people too with theirs and had multiple people that you were doing work for. Um, so interesting, but it still feels like it's the 9 of Pentacles feels like it's abundance, and it's still happening through this information. So it looks like a good thing. So enjoy the downtime while you have it, probably, because I feel like you're gonna be like super super busy when the next year hits. Yeah. Well, they said it was always gonna be one person, but I tell you, you're such a firecracker that when they see like you're like, "Bzz," and you're like, okay, I did everything, and they're like, well, did you do that? And like, yeah, that's already done. And they're like, okay, well, you can go ahead and go on and do the da da da. And you're like, that was done yesterday. So what else can I do? And they're like, well, have you done that and that? Yeah, that was done too. And they're like, well, dang, well, here, take this then. Because they're like, damn. You're putting them to shame, but I feel like the people you will work with won't care. They're not going to feel threatened. I feel like they're going to be like, give her some more work. You right? Exactly. Too funny. All right. So that's what they have for you, love 1, 2, 3, 4. So thank you so much again for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Boom, boom, boom. All right, got a couple more donations. So let me jump down to those. Hey, Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. Let me give that donation some love there. Anyone another reading with WD and you in 2024? Will things develop? Let's take a look here and see what's going on there. And then, hey, Nat Nat, you'll be up next after that. So, will things develop between the two of you in 2024? What's this here in the bottom? Well, the energy in the bottom of the deck is, well, is the Magician and then the Two of Cups. So it does feel like here, just the energy underneath is that things are moving and things are having this, important relationship that builds. So the energy underneath is happening. So 2024, it feels like it is happening there. Feel free to be nosy. All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so we've got this here, the 8 of Cups. So this is this movement away from emotions and people that don't serve, and the movement towards something that feels like wish fulfillment. And the 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance and fullness in the outside world. Usually you'll see two people together, child, dog, old man, all the pentacles, a palace. So it's the fullness of life. And so it does feel like things definitely move forward and move into those. Um, it that 8 and that 10 stand out. So it's like August, between August and October next year is when things significantly come together. And I kind of feel like that's why they were telling me underneath the surface, the Magician and the Two of Cups is kind of happening, but it's like taking its time to unfold there. But you also have the Ace of Swords, new communication, new ideas, connecting to higher truths, and here, especially with the Judgment card, which is the higher self, calling to look at things from a higher place, connecting to the unconditional love of the upper realms, those higher truths, cutting away the small t truths, the supposed to, shoulds, and need tos, have to. So I feel like this is what happens in the first couple quarters of the year as you guys move closer and closer and closer together. This energy of seeing things differently, seeing things from a different perspective, cutting away expectations, finding more freedom. uh, less judgment of self, and self love that just fills up and overflows. And I feel like this is what leads to a lot of this freedom that comes in, and I feel like they're doing a lot of that work, as well, on, finding out what doesn't serve them anymore. What are these beliefs that have been limiting them and holding them back and blah, 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 all that fun stuff. And, and I feel like the more that you go with the flow, and that you, you know, if something happens, and I know, I feel like your face is like mine, where if someone says something that I don't agree with, and this eyebrow or this eyebrow goes up, it's usually this one. They're like, "What?" And I'm like, "What?" They're like, "What's all this?" And I'm like, "Oh, damn it, I can't hide it." But we try, and we're like, "Oh, no, 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 I just got some stuff going on inside of me. Nothing to do with you." And then we go back and we deal with our own stuff, and then we don't put it on them. It's not the "you made me feel this way." It's like, "Oh, no, no, I just got some of my own cuckoo papa, poo poo caca doo doo to deal with. It has nothing to do with you. Sorry you had to see that." And then I go home, and then I journal, and I look at it and go, "Why did that bother me so much? What did it This is mine to own, not theirs." And I feel like the more that you do that, um, you know, then the more that they feel at ease to open up and open up and open up more. And I feel like it does, begin to happen mid year, but significant between August and October. So I like that for you. Do you have that too? When will you get to see each other next? Let's take a look here. So you got the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles here. It's a card of being true to your authentic you, and there is this. Um, maybe the third, maybe December 3rd, maybe in a couple days, but the energy of this has to do with, um, when you ask. Does that sound so brave? And I know, right? It's like, "Hey, can I see you on such and such a date?" And asking, and not being afraid to ask, because it's about being true to you. And it's like, "Well, I don't want to pressure him. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that." It's like, man, you know what? um, it never hurts to ask. And I feel like that's an important piece of this here, is that they're like, um, we don't wait by the phone waiting for someone to, you know, to call us, and we don't have our life on hold. We don't do any of that stuff. We're not teenagers anymore, right? It's just like, "Hey, I want to do this. You want to go do this with me? you know let's go to lunch, let's go see a movie, let's go this, let's go do that. You need a break, let's go. Come on. You need to eat." you know and and I like that. I like that, being being um just unexpected, and do things fun, and be a source of light, and that's who you are, when you aren't trying to be what you think other people want you to be. When you're your true authentic self, you're hilarious, and this is great. This is like, yeah, be that, and do that. But that's what I feel like they're saying, when you get to see each other next, has to do with when you invest your energy, yeah, and your choice with the Chariot card, when you make movement, when you decide. So I love that for you. So that is what they have for you, Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. So thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And here we go. All right. And Nat, thank you for your donation. We give that some love there. You are welcome. So, will David reach out before Christmas? You know, I have so many people whose significant loves or love interests are named Dave or David. And I'm like, "It's not the same one, right?" It's like a movie where it's all the same person. No. Then it's was it First Wives Club or whatever? Then we get revenge. All right, so let's take a look here. Will they reach out before Christmas? Uh, too funny. All right. So, well, it feels like it's a little undecided here because we've got the Two of Wands, which is it could go either way. And so I feel with whatever energy is happening, there's some significant changes happen in their life, significant endings and new beginnings that are unfolding. And they're in the middle of this like triple fork in the road and they're changing direction. And there's all this stuff that's happening with their life. And that's why I feel like it's like, well, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to because they got all this stuff happening. Now, that's them and that's energy and that's, tapping into where they're in their decision making. Right now, as of today, they feel a bit overwhelmed. But underneath the surface, underneath the deck, we've got the Queen of Wands here. And the Queen of Wands, I feel, is your energy. This is your fiery energy. You've got this um, glow about you. You've got this energy. Whatever you focus on, you can make things happen, right? And it's also the queen that helps roll over spiritual energy. And all the queens are given a second portion of water, which gives them really deep intuition, gut instinct, and again, connection to spirit as well. And so I feel like you're very powerful in whatever you focus your energy on really helps draw things. And not that we don't like our energy doesn't make people do things, right? Witchcraft and spells are they don't work unless we get someone to believe that they work, right? So no one can put a curse on me. People can tell me, I put a curse on you, you're going to get sick. And if I'm like, my fears are, I'm going to get sick, I'm going to get sick, my energy makes me get sick because I'm believing it and I'm drawing it to me. And to the same thing like this, like casting a spell upon yourself, I, invite the energy for me that, if it's for my highest experience, I draw this communication between David and I. And what that does is that opens up your energy field and makes it easy for communication to come towards you, but you can't change their mind, but you can send love to them, to their higher self and surround them and going, you can use that how it can. And if it's for our highest experience, can you tap on your human self and have them contact me? I would like that. And you can put that energy out of gratitude, not lower vibrational energy of missing or hate or fear of what will come in or out or won't come in or go out. And but we focus on gratitude and joy and celebration and laughter and goof around with you have this great powerful spiritual connection to the spirit world. You can just go, hey, higher self of David, what are you doing? Hey, what do you say? What would this hurt? Can you have him contact me? And and they will you're not telling them what to do, you're asking. And and I've never had that come through for anyone before about talking to the higher self of someone else, going, if it's convenient, just have it drop in their head for them to and but your energy is opening up for you and it's creating the opportunity and the flow. So it's like clearing, like if there's I don't know why there's so many irrigation ditch and you want flow to come your way. But if you have a bunch of obstacles in there on your side of like your property, that water is going to hit it and it's going to have a hard time getting through to you. But if you clear out your pipeline and your irrigation on your side, then when the water flows, it will flow in very easily and come towards you more easily too. In fact, it might even invite more flow towards you, which is interesting. Wow. I just learned some fun stuff about energy today. Look out, I'm going to be contacting everyone now. Boop, 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 boop. No, I'm just kidding. But but I like this for you. Yeah, very interesting, right? Um so it is undecided, but I love that that you can do this energetically. You have the power to cast a spell upon yourself, and because you can only do with your own energy, but then reach out to their higher self too. Have a chat, see what they tell you, what they're willing to tell you. But I love that. I love that for you. And yeah, let me see. Anything else? Well, I feel like I want to pull a "You Are Awesome" card here for you. All right. Beautiful card that says, "I reach out for love. Sometimes that brings a tweeter, sometimes a friend." So reach out for love. Reach out for love. Exactly as we said. How funny. I love it. So that's what they have for you, Nat Nat. Again, thank you so much for your donation, and many blessings to you. All right. You are welcome. So I'm going to be on for about 15 more minutes. Let's see how many more free readings we have here. Let's see. I think I left off with Bhumika. Yeah, I think it was Bhumika. Yeah, I lost my little marker there. Yeah, because I did. I am Shailene. Yeah. So Bhumika, message from your husband for you and your daughter. Eight of crystals, eight of pentacles. So this is a dual message. One is about this is that you've been doing the work, you've been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears. So there will be movement coming forward in the outside world. Things cannot remain as they are. Things will move forward. It's also is about schooling and education. And so, with a change of schooling or change of direction, whatever it is regarding education with your daughter, again, been putting in the work and a pride for both of you in what you've done and what you've put forward. It's, this you've done so much and you deserve so much. And the wheels of the outside world are turning. You will start to see this come in and come towards you. So, don't give up hope, reaping what you're sowing, but things can't stay the way they are. Things have to go up, and people that can't go up with you will go a different direction, but you are headed upward. And not everyone can follow you, but you and your daughter are on your way into movement in the outside world in all sorts of areas, abundance, location. But just know that you are cared for and seen, and all the work, everything that you've been putting in has not been in vain. It's not been unnoticed. He of course notices it, but your whole spiritual posse is there cheering you on as well. So I like that for you, Bhumika. So many blessings to you. Continue moving down the list here, and we've got Me is up next. Me. I want to know, is Jack the one, and when will Jessica return? You got the Five of Chalices, the Five of Cups, which this is transformation of emotion that's coming in here. I don't feel like Jack is the one, because I feel like there's still some of this to be transformed. These three cups, these spilt cups, these lower vibrational energies, and they are being this mirror, this reflection pond for you to feel and understand these. They like help bring these emotions up to the surface, but it's hard when it's the tool that helps bring these emotions up to transform that, um, to be in a relationship with them afterwards. But they are a stepping stone on your way to the one, but they are not the one. And so they will show you some emotions that you have been wanting to see and want to come up to the surface so you can transform them so they're not charged emotions boiling below the surface. When will Jessica return? Let's see here. You got the Sage of Flames, which would be the Queen of Wands in this deck, and I I feel like I don't know if they will return, at least not for a while. I don't see them returning anytime soon. They're like they're on this mission, this journey, this fireness, and they are determined to go in this direction with all this flame and all this I don't know, fire. I just feel like they are a grass fire. They're burning forward, forward, forward. They don't often go backward because grass fires don't. They burn everything in their path and there's no fuel to go backwards, so they don't go backwards. I feel like they're an individual that goes forward, 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 and they don't miss people, they don't turn backwards, they just continue going in that direction. So I don't feel like there's this quick return if there was a return at all for Jessica. So that's what's coming in for you, me. So hang in there. And then Missy Prather, you are up next. So you'd like a general reading, if you so gracious. Oh, you are very welcome. You are very welcome. Ah, you got the Ace of Cups. So this is a great card to come in here because you are entering this period here of wonderful, wonderful connection to the spirit world that allows you to take on this role as the Ace of Cups, as the Ace of Chalices. You become the chalice. And one thing is that you with this connection to this higher love, you feel this eternal unconditional love that fills you up and overflows out to the world, and it changes your whole perspective of emotion and what you where you feel lack from the emotion you get in the outside world. It's because it can't fill you up, and once you're filling up and overflowing, everything anyone gives is above and beyond extra. So your emotional life is in this transformation that's changing to where it's going to change from a place of feeling of lack to of a feeling of abundance and overflowingness. The other thing that you learn through this is that you do what you can in the world, right? But you also allow yourself to open up and allow the universe to bring stuff to you as well. It's the difference between the divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Divine masculine energy is you move forward in the things that you're able to do, and then the things that you can do nothing about, you put in the hands of the creator and you become a chalice and you wait. You wait for answers, you wait for resolution, you wait for transformation. And you're learning that. You're learning to be able to be open to receiving. You're a huge giver in your life, which I feel like this is a huge thing for you to trust people to give to you because you've been let down so much. Um, but the creator will never let you down. They'll bring you what's for you, for perfectly for you. So I like this for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Missy Prather. So many blessings to you. And then Rhonda, hello, hello. So you are up next. And I did get to your other question this morning. And you want to know what is coming towards you that you're not aware of. Ooh, well, look at this. 3 of chalices, 3 of cups. Your tribe is coming towards you and you're not aware of it here. You have your spiritual tribe, of course, your invisible, at least from the physical eyes of, your posse, your spiritual support team. And they are there for you and they are always making themselves known to you in a lot of different ways. But this card is telling you what you're not aware of is that you're having this small group of individuals. It's your little mini tribe that's coming in, people you can trust, people that are like, and I feel like there's like two, like there's 3 of you all together. There's 2. It's like 2 bestest buddy friends that like you just click. You don't have to explain things. You get each other. You share a lot of commonalities and things, but enough different things to make it exciting and learning a lot from one another. But definitely like this support that's coming for you. something that you haven't had before, even your best friends, eh, you know, but these are truly trustworthy individuals. And I feel like there's two that are coming your way. So I like that for you, Rhonda Rhonda. So keep your eyes peeled because here they come. All right. I'm just scrolling down here. I just want to make sure I don't miss anyone. All right. So we did those. We did those. Did those. All right. Nature 1111. I love reading. So you have the Eight of Orbs, the Eight of Swords. And this beautiful flowing river represents this changing of mindset, this clarity coming in. You're realizing a lot around love, these belief systems that you've had that have been created from when you were younger, you know, emotionally 7 years old and younger, but it created when you had emotional experiences, your mind started to create, and this would be normally between 7 and 14, these mental rules of this is what we have to do to make sure we don't feel that way again, or this is what we have to do to feel this way again. So there's been this big construct of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that have happened in your life. And this Eight of Orbs, this Eight of Swords, is you realizing what of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets from the past no longer serve you, and you're cutting them away. You're being able to see things more clearly, feel more freedom, feel more movement, which allows love to come into you more easily because when we have all these roles, the the pathway is very thin for love to be able to come to you. And this person is on back order for 1,000 years. But the more you remove these restrictions, the more you're realizing, wow, you're trusting more that the creator is going to bring the perfect person in the perfect way in the perfect timing. I know that timing, but it is. And with this openness, you're allowing them to bring them in different ways. You're not restricting. And so that they can ship on love earlier. So I do feel like the more that you look into these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and clear them away, the faster love does come towards you. And I like that for you. All right. And that's what they have for you, Nature 1111. All right. We did those. We did those. We did those. We did those. And we did those. We did those. Sorry, I'm just scrolling as fast as I can. I know I'm going to be here just a couple more minutes. All right. We did those. We did those. All right. I think we're down to Anna Lorraine. Thank you for being a new subscriber and liking. Appreciate that. And so you want to know with your current project that you've worked on, how will it be received once launched? I like it. Wow, you got the divine justice card here. There's going to be some balanced approaches. So they're kind of going to say here, how will it be received? Well, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. Uh, so it's going to be dependent upon who we're asking, right? What's the beautiful thing though is that the divine justice card tells you that, you know, she has the ace of swords normally, and it's when you are able to see things from a higher perspective, you're able to cut away your fears, right? And just this trust knowing that it's going to unfold perfectly, it's going to be received perfectly, whether it's the person that thinks it's stupid and the person that loves it. It's perfect because they're going to show you what you want to see in for your life. It's not happening to you. Their reactions and their choices are for you so that you can see it and you can be like, oh, okay, I see how this is. And this tells you what you can look at inside of yourself. Because if it scares the crap out of you, then it's like, what do I fear? What do I fear that their opinions mean about me? They don't mean anything about me. I feel like there's this empowerment that comes through this. And what I love this is kind of spirit is switching the question around on you a little bit. It says when your current project that you've worked on is launched, how will you receive yourself? how will you perceive the launch? It's all about you. And because they don't see they're going to have their own opinions depending on how they're feeling in the moment through their lens. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So they're going to see your project based upon how they see themselves in the moment. And that's going to differ from person to person, moment to moment, right? And so I feel like there's this freedom that comes in here with this card for you, Anna. So hopefully that helps. But they're like, yeah, some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it, and things in between. They go, that's the way humans are. I love it. All right. And I think that is everyone except for Natalia. All right. So, Natalia, we will finish out with you. And then I'll be headed off to my praying mantis session. For any of you that missed it, I did roll out past life readings today. So if you're interested in finding out what those are, there's a little video that I just posted, tells about what it is. And then there's a booking. I have half off of them till now until the end of the year. So if you're interested, check it. All right, Natalia, general reading. Three of Swords. Expectations equal disappointment. Heartbreak. Yay! Aren't you so glad I got to you? No, I'm kidding. It's a great card because, any of the messages that come through are for us. And this Three of Orbs tells us it's like this awareness that our heart can never be broken. I know it's like, but it feels that way. Well, we come here to experience what it might feel like to feel heartbroken, but our heart is too powerful. It can never be broken, truly. What we feel is when we go into fear, and this pain is like when someone jumps out to scare you, right? They're a boo, and you have this, and then you see it's your brother again. You're like, ha ha ha. The pain goes away. But emotional fear that kicks in, um, like someone breaks up with us, and or we find out that they've been sleeping around with other people. We're like, oh, that heart prick in our heart is us going into fear, going, it's about our worth. We're have this fear that what their actions mean something about me. What are people going to think? People are going to reject me. I'm never going to find love again. Blah, 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 blah. Right. And then this rotates and keeps going around in our heart and repeating and looping. And that's why it feels like heartbreak continues, because we don't resolve it. We don't question it. While we're in it, we're freaking out. When we can calm ourselves, or when we're busy doing other things, that heartbreak disappears, right? When you go to sleep, your heart isn't breaking. When you're busy at work, your heart isn't breaking until you remember, oh, that's right, that person did that. The heartbreak is back, looping, 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 going round and round, right? And so there is this wonderful message with this of realize that that pain in your heart is just fear, and we fear we won't find love again. And when we can calm ourselves, we can really look at that pain and we can transform it. And heartbreak will loop until we can calm ourselves, just step out of the loop, look at what we're fearing, and then we change it. And when we realize their actions don't mean anything about me, that means they're showing me who they are, what they're going through. Their actions have nothing to do with me, has to do with their pain, their fears, and I'm taking on their actions defining me. And there's this freedom that can come through this, and I love this for you in the transformation. So I like it. I like it. I like it. Hey, trouble, double trouble, double trouble. Good to see you, and I'm on my way out. So you made it just in time for me to say hello and goodbye. All right, everybody. I will be back tomorrow and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. No, 6 a.m. I won't be here. 6 p.m. Mountain Time as well. So thank you guys again for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. And thanks for all the love and support. And know that as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until we chat again, enjoy the rest of your night or day, wherever you're out in the world. We'll see you soon. And until then, much love. You take care. And I'd say behave, but I know better. We'll see you. Bye. You're so funny.